And it says we are live. I'm here. Beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Munn, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel a member. And, yes, you're going to notice that, again, things look pretty different here tonight. This is a little bit makeshift. I'm not in my usual location. I'll explain why in a second. Behind me are my shelves that my collection is usually on. You are probably going to see a couple of reviews up and coming where my collection is not behind me. Don't freak out or anything. They're safe. They're fine. There's just a lot going on here at the moment. Those of you who were here last week may realize that I actually left the stream for 3 minutes because we were having a power issue. It was not a fuse that was blown. We actually tried changing the fuse. We actually tried changing all of the outlets in our bedroom office area. It wasn't any of that. It turned out that there was a scorch on one of the neutrals. And so that got cut off, a little bit of sheathing taken off of the wire, and it was put back on. It's fine. It's fine. It was kind of our own dumb fault, really. The only reason that I'm where I'm to tonight is because, and I don't know if I mentioned this or not, we actually have a little trip coming up, and a lot of my usual area is taken up with stuff for our trip, as well as stuff that got moved, like off my shelf and whatnot. And some other stuff that got moved that we had to get out of the way so that we could deal with the whole electrical issue, right? So it's nothing to worry about. It might look a little different, but it'll be the same fun show. I hope. That's the plan anyway, right? That's what we're going to aim for here. We're going to cover what we got from SDCC, from ACG Hong Kong. We're going to cover a couple of new listings, a few other tidbits of news and notes along the way. We'll do the trivia and tonight's unboxing as usual. Now, I've gotten in the habit of actually putting my computer plugged into the modem. Because I'm in a different locale, I don't have that luxury. So if the stream drops at some point, don't freak out, don't go away. I will end this one then, and I will pick it up right where we leave off with a part 2, if we have to. Let's hope we don't, but just in case. I haven't given that warning in a while because you can't do much more than be plugged into the modem, right? So if that happens, just be aware that it's just a thing that might happen, okay? I still got just a couple of little things to get salted away here, so just bear with me a moment as I come over here, and I will check in with you guys in just a second. We'll do that. And I'm going to... Let's try that. And I got to adjust a couple of things over here. Okay. We'll go like that. And maybe like that. And maybe we'll go down a little bit more here like this. Let's see if I can pull this up. See if I can get it. Oh, man. Bear with me here, guys. I know you're looking at the side of my head. Bear with me here a second. Okay. Get that. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Why is this not? Hold on. I don't know why this is doing this. Just to be a nuisance, I predict. Let's try this again. Okay. Hey, Mike. Hey, Marcus. Razor Bear. Parts forming seekers. I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about parts forming seekers. I mean, I don't mind if it gives us a robot and a plane that's accurate, but I get what you're saying. We'll talk about it as we get to it. I don't have the that was me. Sorry. I don't have the hate on for it that some people do. Let me put it to you that way. Hey, Marcus. Reporting live from somewhere else. Yeah, actually, it's funny enough. This is pretty much where I used to do the live show way back when. But you haven't seen me here in a while because we actually changed it here, right? Hey, Lion. Hey, Ash. The old pennies in the fuse box trick. We didn't have to put any pennies in the fuse box, but that would probably work too, to be honest with you. Hey, Matthew, my 86 Megatron is ready to ship from BBTS, but I'm also out of town for the next month. So it's going to sit in your pile. I don't understand this pile of loot thing. I don't use BBTS, though, to be fair. So hard to say. But, I mean, if you waited this long, I guess you can wait a little bit longer, you know? Got the DNA set for Studio Series TF1 Optimus and Megatron. Surprised at how much more enjoyable it makes those figures. I don't know the figures, so I really can't speak to it, and I don't know the set. Hey, Master Fire. Hey, Nair. Hey, Daryl. Out running some errands. We'll have to watch after the fact. Enjoy the show, folks. Hey, Felon. Doing okay. Getting kind of, we've been busy, but getting kind of excited now for our little excursion. Let's see as we go down here. Hey, Input. Put it in the pile and just hold on. Pile of loot lets you stock up figures to save on shipping by sending them all together. Yeah, I don't know how any of that works. Like I said, it's not a site I'd use. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Outside of the United States, BBTS is just garbage. Terrible, terrible site that wildly overcharges for shipping. Not in the States. They're great in the States, but outside the States, their international business is really garbage. Bet you're glad that the thunder and lightning were over and done with before your vacation. Yes, I am. Although, to be fair, we had what I think was the worst thunder and lightning we've ever had last night. And it terrified Tessa. Like, we were both kind of like hugging her and stuff. And my wife made like a makeshift storm jacket for her out of like a scarf. Like, it was rough. The power was gone for several hours. It was rough. Finally had to send Godzilla, Megatron, Grimlock. What? Finally had to send Godzilla, Megatron, Grimlock because I sat on it on a pile of loot for too long. I don't know what that means. They finally had to send it, you mean? Oh, okay, I gotcha. So is anyone going to talk about the new Thundercracker? Yes, gosh, we're not there. We're so far from there yet. We're going to get to him, though. Yeah, Tessa's doing well now, but she did not enjoy the thunder. And, like, it was close enough. Like, as soon as you get a clap of thunder, you immediately had lightning after. Like, it was very close. And the thunder was so thunderous that it actually shook our house. And our house doesn't usually shake for anything, but it shook our house. So it was something. Okay, let's jump into the wealth of news. I'm going to try and be as expedient as I can be. And we're going to start with this. This, my friends, is from ACG Hong Kong. This is the YOLO Park 07 Movieverse kits, AMK Beast Wars, AMK Pro, Transformers 1, and so on and so forth. These are pretty much all grayscale. We'll go through them just very quickly. I'm not belaboring these. We all know from this week's countdown that YOLO Park kits are known to be very, very popular. This looks like their Ironhide from the Bayverse. This looks like their Optimus from the 07 film. This looks like Blackout, which looks really cool. Megatron. I don't know if that's 07 or if that's Revenge of the Fallen. Probably 07. Probably 07? I think 07. Drift, it looks like. This is obviously later on, like Age of Extinction. And these are not grayscale. This is Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. For sure, this is Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Bumblebee? Stinger, maybe? I'm not sure which one that is. This looks like either the Bumblebee movie or Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And you can see, like, again, a whole lot of what looks like G1 model kits here. Some of the Beast Wars, because that's Primal right there, for example. I feel like that's Shockwave in behind. I guess this is Beast Wars Megatron? Hard to tell with the grayscale, I find sometimes. But again, if you're into YOLO Parks model kits, there's a wealth of them up and coming, man. A ton of them up and coming. So rejoice. But like this would be like a G1 Bumblebee. This would be like a Movieverse Bumblebee, right? Dinobot, which looks really cool. This is it Megatron? I guess that's Megatron. Yeah, I guess that's Dinobot, Megatron, and Primal. Yeah, there you go. This is Transformers 1 Optimus and Megatron. So you get the idea. I think that's kind of it. No, we still have some from the Bumblebee movie. So like YOLO Park, man, really nailing it out of the ballpark here with a ton of kids. But at ACG Hong Kong, we didn't just have YOLO Park show off stuff. We also had 3-0 show off their M Deluxe G1, Transformers 1, Deluxe Bayverse, and Rise of the Beasts, and of course more. These don't transform. M Deluxe is your most affordable. Deluxe is the bigger one, and then there's like a premium one above that. Nemesis Prime, Optimus Primal. I like this Optimus Primal actually. I love that we have like Acid Storm, and I guess it's Sunstorm, but I tend to think that it might be Nova Storm. Like, I'm wondering if they're doing Rainmakers, and maybe that's just wishful thinking. Alita 1, Optimus, Megatron from Transformers 1. Again, here you can see like the dead Optimus, Coronation Starscream. There's more there than what I'm showing too now, right? I'm going to say Ratchet. I'm going to say this is Ratchet, probably Deluxe Ratchet. I don't think it's M Deluxe. This is obviously Ironhide, Optimus, Bumblebee, some more of the color ones. And I've said this about 3-0 before. The molding and the detail in their products is crazy, crazy good. Really crazy good. Like there's Shattered Glass Optimus. I love the look of that Bumblebee. Rodimus even looks great over here. I've seen this Bumblebee in hand, the M Deluxe. It's beautiful. Same with the Optimus, actually. I've seen that as well. I mean, I'm not so much into third-party stuff and model kits. By the way, when we did the model kits, some people tried to vote for 3-0. 3-0 aren't model kits. They're just non-transforming robots, right, with hyper detail, but they're not model kits, so I couldn't count those. And we also had, from ACG Hong Kong, Flame Toys, showing off a lot of what we've seen before, so I'm not really going to belabor this. Now, this is new. This is the ages 3 and up exclusive. I believe it's exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Lost Light Rodimus Prime. I'm not connected to this. It's an IDW thing. His colors look weird. It don't look like Rodimus to me, but if you are, this looks really cool. Look at the detail. Look at that molded in splendid, splendid detail. That's very impressive. Very, very impressive. Yeah, this is a Kara Curry Rodimus Lost Light. This is the Flame Toys one, but there is an M Deluxe one from 3-0. That's the ages 3 and up exclusive. We'll see that in a little bit too. Of course, the Magnus with the gigantic shoulder pauldrons. I don't know if these model kits are any good. I really don't. I know they look good, but I've heard mixed reviews, I will say, for things from Flame Toys. So make of that what you will. The Beast Wars Megatron and the Transformers 1 Megatron both look really good. Maybe that's G1 Megatron. Hard to say when stuff is stylized. I think that's G1 Megatron. Animated. I'm going to say Jetwing, Power Master Optimus Prime, whatever. That looks very good as well. Bludgeon, Bonsai-tron. I really, really want a Bonsai-tron. If I knew that this was solid, it might be the one time I would get something from Flame Toys. Depending on the size, too. I don't know what scale this is. The RCs and the RC in like black. I don't know why they keep doing her. It's like a Beast Hunter color or something. Black Arachnia, I think. Yeah, Black Arachnia. Big Convoy. And it looks like he has the Matrix Buster with him. That's a really interesting one to do. I'm sure he's going to look splendid. I'd love to see the full-on color. Of course, remember, these don't transform. The G1 Bumblebee. And that's back to the beginning. A lot of that we've seen before. So we either know it's out or know it's up and coming. So let's get back out of that and move up. And from ACG Hong Kong, this is the Hasbro booth, the official Hasbro booth. And of course, they had Star Convoy there, which we all know now. A lot of people have said that his plastic feels very thin. I don't know. I don't have it, so I can't speak to it, at least not yet. You can see here Alpha Trion and Prima. Some nice displays here. And it looks like all of these have had maybe a black wash or custom paint or something done on them. Like that Superion doesn't look quite stock to me. I feel like there's a wash or something over him. I mean, Onyx. I am like in love with Onyx. I can't wait to have this. The UK, by the way, are getting Onyx already. I know a dude with them, but apparently a lot of people are getting them from Pulse UK already. So if you're in the UK, I'm a little bit jealous of you. Of course, Megatronus. This is my Cronus, who looks to have like more detail than the stock one that we see. That's why I said maybe there's a black wash. Like this is obviously Alchemist, but like look at the yellow detail on the knees and the abdomen. The head is a different color. Like this has to be a custom, right? Same with Solus. I feel like she has a lot more detail on her than the stock one. Alpha Trion with the Quill and the Covenant. Of course, we have Wasp. Right, Crasher, like this Crasher definitely has, look on the legs, instead of just being stark black, like there's weather detail on the legs. Like that's definitely custom. Vortex. This is the Age of the Prime Sideways or Noise Maze, if you prefer the Japanese. I think he's a Walmart exclusive in the US and Canada, though I have seen some of the online retailers kind of with this guy and Excellion up for pre-order and stuff. So I really don't know for sure, but I thought I heard that the two of them were like a Cybertron capsule that was exclusive to Walmart. I'm sure I read that or heard that somewhere. Of course, Armada Red Alert, the fantastic Skybite, and Heatwave. Excellion, there you go. There's the other one. This is the SDCC trio with Darak and Solila and Jetfire. Fantastic Jetfire. The Takara pack with the Reflector Lads and Thundercracker using the Earthrise mold. I mean, it looks good. They all look fine. If you don't have Reflector, this is a great chance to get them. And even if you don't want to use that Thundercracker as Thundercracker, doesn't hurt to have him as just a generic blue Seeker either, you know, like add to the Seeker army. Why not? By the way, they have the Adamas Machina, I think it is. Predaking there, and you can see his size. So he's about the size of a regular combiner. 86, Devastator. This is the Nucleon Quest version of Power Master Optimus Prime or Super Ginrai or whatever. This is the Shattered Glass, not the Shattered Glass stuff, I'm sorry. The Cybertronium mode, Jazz, Wheeljack, and Bumblebee, all there. The Missing Link RC in both colors. Same with the, ooh, didn't mean to lose that. Hold on. Where was that? Here. Same with the Bumblebee and the Cliff Jumper. This is that Optimus that uses the Pterosaur slash Air Razor mold. If that's your thing from Monster Hunter. That Predaking looks pretty sweet. I gotta say, that looks pretty cool, man. I don't know what this holding case is for the primes, but I guess it's neat. This is the Macross crossover being shown off. I mean, a smattering, a smattering. A lot of focus here on Onyx in his various modes. He has such presence. Like, he stands out so much compared to the other ones, I find, anyway. Great display, really a great display. So we'll get back out of that as well. So ACG Hong Kong had a lot from YOLO Park 3.0 and Hasbro themselves. Though the Hasbro stuff, it didn't have a lot new. Nothing revealed we haven't seen before. So moving up from there, we did have, coming out of SDCC, new images of the Bumblebee and Megatron Hearts of Steel 2-pack. We all know the Optimus and the Starscream. This is the other duo. I mean, yeah, that looks right for Bumblebee. Now, there is another Hearts of Steel Bumblebee, and Half Battle Toys asked, hey, is this a KO of that? And I got to say, when you look at that version, I can't remember who makes it, side by side with this one, boy, oh boy, do they seem awful similar, buddy. The Megatron here is, I love that he turns into an actual cannon. I think that's so cool. I like the spikes on his shoulders. His face and head seem kind of long, and his body seems kind of lanky, and he's more black than gray, but, like, I get it. I understand it. B here as a nice, cute little Thomas the Tank Engine-like train, right? He's kind of adorable. Look how big the fusion cannon is on Megatron. Like, it looks ridiculous, but at the same time, it looks really cool. I love his alt mode as a rolling cannon. I think that's so neat. I don't know if it's for me, and I think it's a Pulse exclusive thing, so I don't think I would hunt it down for that. But, like, if I ever saw it at, like, EB Games or something, I don't know. I might pick it up, right? I'm not sure. But, like, this is a pretty good image of them, and, like, you can get a decent look there at the Megatron. It's an interesting set. I'll say that. I'm certainly not against it by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know if it's for me. This is the Monster Hunter kind of additional images. But I don't want to go through all of them, but I do want to show next to Air Razor. You can see that there are extra bits here. The head and neck is longer. The wings are certainly remolded. The tail is a whole new piece. But you see underneath the similarities with the bird modes. The Prime is definitely a little bit bigger. The wings are now down further instead of being up on the back as much as where they are. Little bit taller, but not a lot. So this is basically an amped up deluxe, right? I would say it's more pterosaur than it is Air Razor, but that's just me. I like the look of it, but I do feel like those wings might hinder the articulation a little bit. We're going to go down here. When I get to the top of this page, I'm going to check in with you guys. So Masters of the Universe and Transformers are crossing over, and we have our first two, which is going to be Man-at-Arms Bumblebee. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, I wonder which character this is. And as soon as I saw the Bumblebee mask go up here, I was like, that's Man-at-Arms, 100%. And Skeletor Megatron, as if Skeletor is not terrifying enough, as if Megatron's not terrifying enough. Hey, why don't we put those guys together and see what happens? Well, this monstrosity is what happens with the helmet over the skull face of Skeletor, and the fusion cannon has the head that's on the scepter of Skeletor. This is wild. This is very, very wild to me. I don't know if it's for me, but man, I like this crossover. I really, really, really want to see it. Like more of it in hand. This is from the Hasbro panel. I'm not going through everything from the panel, but I'm just very quickly, because we're going to see these better in a few moments. There's the Jetfire and stuff. We're going to see better images of this in a few moments, and I'll talk about it then. The Hearts of Steel stuff was shown in the panel. This is the Nemesis Prime, which we talked about last week. This is the two Hot Wheels lads, which we talked about last week. And, of course, they had some guests and stuff on there. I'm guessing that this is actually Widowmaker. that we're getting, like the car mode for Widowmaker. I don't know why they're showing all this stuff. A fan vote is going to be coming up for, you know, like a figure. For deluxes, yes, we're getting Sure Shot. Thank goodness. Holy moly, it took forever, but I'm really happy to be getting this character. I'm sure I'm going to have to replace the Target Master because I'm sure that what's going to be included is not going to be great. But I do love the look of this. I think it's very, very good. Very, very good look. Maybe we don't have to see the other ones. These are actually fairly good. Love that alt mode. Blast Off looks really good in both modes, shuttle and robot. I have high hopes for Blast Off. I think Blast Off looks better than Vortex, to be honest with you. This is just another Junkion. If you like the car Junkions, then you're going to get another one. I think this one's called Jalopy. Some people said that there's an actual Junkion called Jalopy that doesn't look like this. So I don't know. I didn't look it up that intense. But, I mean, if either you like, you know, the Junkion car or you don't. It's really as simple as that. Love this. Quick Strike. I love my Quick Strike. The translucent plastic always seemed weird. He's fine, but I always felt he was a little bit small, more Legends class, and this seems to be more deluxe. I don't think the engineering is going to be much different, though. I really don't. So it'll be interesting to see how this actually compares side to side to the original, because this looks very close to the original, which was already pretty fantastic. Though I do like the solid body colors here a little bit more. Quintus, just like Onyx, I'm pretty much in love with Quintus. I love the translucent lower legs because the whole bottom of Quintus should be like light and tentacles. How do you translate that into a figure? You do it with translucent parts. Some people are going to say, oh, it's translucent, it's going to break. I don't believe that for a second. I love the look of this guy. Didn't need an alt mode because he existed before Transformers transformed. But if you're going to transform into anything, a weird Quintus-Sani looking ship seems like the thing to transform into if you're a Quintus Prime. I assume he will come with the Emberstone, I would guess. Love the look of the robot. And not for nothing, I've seen some pictures of him. It seems like the legs are underneath these flaps that come down over, and all those flaps seem like they can move, much like Solus Prime's front skirt and stuff. I believe that the articulation will still be intact for the actual legs, which are sort of underneath all of this. Love the ship. Brawl looks really good, really clean. We know the issues with the Combiner Wars Brawl mold and the tabbing together in robot mode with that little tab for the like torso and the lower body. Hopefully this one is more solid than that. Nice solid looking tank though. We knew this. I've talked about this before. Obviously, Trashmaster was going to become animated Wreck-Gar. Naturally, that makes the most sense. It looks like it's just a new head. The rest of it looks like Trashmaster, but I think it works for Wreck-Gar. I don't have any issue with this whatsoever. I don't need a Voyager. No, yes, I do. I do need this. This is Amalgamus Prime. Apparently, his forearms can all come off and go moved around. The head looks like it has Impurata and looks very shockwavy. Right now, my Amalgamus Prime is a customized Revenge of the Fallen. So I'm super excited for this. If you're not familiar with Amalgamus Prime, he's like always changing and morphing and twisting and turning. He's like Transformers before they could transform. He's like the epitome of what Transformers would evolve into. Love the look of this. Cannot wait to add him. Leader scale. This is an excellent mold. I don't need it here for Razor Claw, but this is the Tiger Hawk mold. If you were like, man, I don't want Tiger Hawk, the Razor Claw coloration is a great excuse to get it. It's an excellent mold. Get either the Tigertron or get this one. You owe it to yourself to have this. It's a fantastic mold. Wild, bonkers fun. Big Convoy. So I have the animation accurate Big Convoy, courtesy of our buddy Eric. And I was looking at the new one and comparing it to this one. So granted, on the new one, you don't have the pieces on the side of the legs. You also don't have the missiles that fire from the side of the legs. The articulation looks to be pretty much exactly the same. On the new one, you'll be able to remove the tusks and they can become accessories, I guess like melee weapons. They both have a matrix. The new one will have a blaster. Both of them retain I can't remember what these are called, the little melee things under the wrist that come up. these little things. So they both retain that. Here's the thing. I don't think I need this leader class offering because I have the anime colored one, and I don't think I see enough of a difference to replace it. But I do feel like that this new one absolutely positively does justice to Big Convoy. I think this is a splendid looking Big Convoy, and I have no doubt whatsoever it's going to be magnificent next to Magmatron. Please support this because I think it's going to be that good. And I would love for this to do well enough, along with what we already have, that maybe, just maybe, DNA Design will revisit doing their Matrix Buster. I would love if they revisited doing their Matrix Buster. I think this is super impressive. Super impressive. More gold on like the lower legs and pelvis, as where mine has yellow to match the anime. But yeah, I have no doubt that this is very, very, very good. And he's he's like, again, you see him here with Mark, like he's a good size, right? Commander scale. Onslaught. We're not seeing a whole lot there. And I'll go down. Past all of that. And then I passed Onslaught. For Studio Series, we've already seen images before of Arachnid. If you don't have the Night Countess, then like get this. If all you have is the original primary Arachnid, throw that in the trash or run over it with your car or put it through a meat grinder or something. Get rid of that. It's garbage. And get this. She looks sinister. Her legs look weird, but she looks sinister, buddy. Barricade from, like, I guess, Age of Extinction or The Last Night. He looks great. A lighter blue than his actual Last Night release had, but he looks really good, though. Pardon me. I really like the look of this police car, honestly. 86 Windcharger. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, it looks a lot like the Titan's Return. It's been confirmed that pretty much the whole top of the car folds into the legs, a la Transformers Prime Viacons, for example. There was concern about the head articulation. It does have some up and down. It can move left and right. The arms seem to be very similar to the Titan's Return. I think, and I like the oversized tires like he's supposed to have too. I think this will be a good deluxe. And like, let's be realistic. If we're getting Windcharger, we're going to get Tailgate at some point from it, right? The Transformers 1 Alpha Trion. We've seen this before in gray, not even in grayscale, in prototype. But this looks really good in the Tiger mode and in this one, very Alpha Trion-esque. Also, having the Tiger mode or the Liger mode, whatever, if you don't have the Titan's Return Alpha Trion, this alt mode is the alt mode of the Shattered Glass Alpha Trion. So if you want a Shattered Glass Alpha Trion, maybe Transformers 1 got you covered. Then we get to this, the Thundercracker. This is the new Seeker mold. You'll notice a few things that I actually really like when I first saw this. One, we have a waist. Two, the arms look to be fully filled in so that we don't have things like hollow biceps. Three, the wings are not on the side of the feet. They should not be on the side of the feet because they're not there in the cartoon. I've always said they should fold around and become part of the leg. However, as we know now, it looks like those wings will actually go pegged in on the back of the big wings, which makes me wonder how articulated the big wings will actually be to get out of the way. I'm intrigued by this. I think it's going to be better than the Earthrise. Will it be as good as the Siege? Time will tell. But I like what I'm seeing here for Thundercracker enough that I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to replace my main trio. I think the Earthrise mold works okay for the cone heads, but for Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, I've hated it from day one. I really don't like it, other than a great alt mode with the plane. But for the robots, they're terrible. No wrist, no waist, one hip skirt, hollow forearms. Just, I didn't like it. I thought it was a fail. I have higher hopes for this. Time will tell, though. That's a good looking Thundercracker, man. I gotta say. Leader class, this is Nemesis Prime. It's the Optimus done with some other alternate colors. And the big deal would be Titan class. Age of Extinction Grimlock. Apparently, they're doing all of them. They're going to be 15 inches. I think this is neat, but I think this is a big gamble. I have the Studio Series 86 Dinobots. I'm done. This is not the Dinobots for me. I'm not into the movies that much to buy 4 Titans of Dinobots. But I can also say that I think there are a lot of fans of the movies who are now of age where they have the disposable income, and this might be exactly the Titans they want. I'll be very intrigued to see how this sells. Is the molded in detail there? Yes. Does it look phenomenal? Yes. Is it perfect? No, but it does have some pretty great features. For example, the head. I've heard that the jaw can't close, but I bet you it can. I have heard, though, that the head is static. It can't go left and right and up and down because of the transformation. The ball fist, that can open up and there's an actual fist inside. I think the robot mode is supposed to have tremendous articulation. I know his staff has like a metal wire or something going through it to help with the solidity of it. So, and I think he's going to be a sea of gray. But, like, it does look cool. I'm not going to lie. It does look cool. It looks impressive. If you're a movie buff and these are your Dinobots, I mean, I guess you're in for 4 Titans. I have heard that they won't be as expensive as Star Convoy either. I think it's time for us to retire the term Titan and go back to using Supreme. I think we're tightened out. I think true blue Titans like Metroplex and Cybertron Metroplex and Scorponok and Black Zarek and Trypticon and so on and so forth. I think they're to the point now that to produce them is just too costly. I think we need a new term for Titan. And I'd be cool with going back to Supreme Class or Supreme Class would work. I feel like that's more what this is. I don't feel like it's a Titan. I feel like it's Supreme Class. But it is impressive to look at. Like, look at the detail on the teeth and the head. Wish we had more than a grayscale here. I'm sure we'll learn more as time goes on. So, that said, I'm going to get back out of this here. And, like, there you go. Like, this is some of the, like, display stuff. And I'm going to show some of the display stuff here. There's Amalgamus. I think he looks really, really great. I love the yellow and the silver. Looks very Transformers 1-esque. Now, I don't want to belabor all of these. I want to get down, though, to Quintus here. And you'll see the ship, and you see Quintus next to it in robot mode. And I kind of want to get over to Quintus in robot mode here. You'll notice, maybe, this is a translucent leg. Over here inside is another translucent leg. All of these other bits and parts can all move out of the way. This is extremely true to the Covenant of Primus and animated iterations of Quintus. Probably even some Earthspark thrown in there. Very true to Quintus. Very impressed with this. I gotta say, really love the look of this. I never ever thought we would get it, but I really, really love the look of it. We'll go down here. There's Leader Optimus on the Titan Grimlock. And like that looks right. If you know Age of Extinction, yes, this looks right. I'm not going to lie. There's a close-up of the head detail and the eye detail, especially. The inner mouth, even the tongue is there. You know what I mean? Like, they put a lot of love into it. I'm not going to lie. They absolutely put a lot of love into the design details here. There's the side of the leg and the tail. Look at the tail right up to the point. The robot, same thing. Like, so much molded in detail. It's insane how much they fit in on this guy. Really, really insane. Like this. Apparently this is reinforced with a metal rod or something like in through it. It's impressive. I'm not going to lie. When we come down here, there's Wind Charger. But again, like it's only kind of grayscaled. So like it's hard to get a full feel. I don't know why there's a blast effect to go in his chest. But okay, whatever. When we go down, we have Barricade. Obviously, this is a test shot. Arachnid, right? She looks very good. Then we get down to the Seeker. Alpha Trion and the Seeker. Alpha Trion mostly in red here. And the Seeker. I like the look of this. The front of the robot looks clean. The arms look robust and solid. The legs, same thing. They look robust and solid. I like looking at this. I prefer this over the Earthrise infinitely more. I like that the feet are accurate. Obviously, we have Razor Claw. And it's a good looking repaint. I don't really know this Beast Wars character, so I don't think I really need it. Maybe I'll be wrong. Then we get down to the big convoy. So much molded in detail on the hair of the woolly mammoth here. We also have the sea spray down here in the brawn. Like, that is impressive. The trunk looks like it articulates maybe right here at this hinge and maybe one more. Remember, the tusks can come out. His huge blaster that mine just holds in his arm. This guy has a stand for him to hold it up, much like I guess the Matrix Buster would be. His head seems to be a lot darker though than mine. His head seems almost black, which I see the argument for depending on which part of the animation you look at. He does come with his Matrix that of course would go in his chest, just like mine. Like, this is a great looking version of him. The yellow at the shoulders. He has his mask. He has his earpieces. Like, he even has his underarm pieces. And these can open so that the little melee things can come out. I have no doubt this is going to be very, very good. I really have no doubt whatsoever it's going to be very good. Then we have images of Sure Shot. He looks splendid. Can't wait for this guy to round out my Autobot Target Master. Same here with Quick Strike. Right? I think that looks amazing. Look at the blue on his visor. It really pops. Quick Strike here looks really, really cool. I love the way the tail and the Cobra head come up around. Again, I'm thinking a bit bigger than the original. This looks like a full real deluxe. Love the head sculpt and the face paint on there as well. And animated Wreck-Gar, the Junkion. I mean, all he needed was a Wreck-Gar head. I said that when I reviewed Trashmaster. I was like, it's going to be Wreck-Gar, right? Here we have Brawn and... Here we have Blastoff and Brawl. Like, Brawl looks really solid, man. I'm not going to lie. He's a good-looking tank and a good-looking robot. I love this Blastoff. I think that this Blastoff looks phenomenal. It's perfect. It's a perfect Blastoff by the looks. Even the ship with the huge Decepticon logo, as it should be. So we go down here a bit. Right? So you can see like packaging images and stuff there, which means, of course, these things are not as far down the pipeline as we may think. This is the Nemesis Prime. Really, there's just some new parts molded on it, some new paint that's going to be done. This is, again, not a finished sample either. More of 86 Wind Charger and the Barricade that we already saw. Right, and these guys, again. Right, there's a good shot of Big Convoy. And, like, again, I'm sure that he's going to be tremendous. I just don't know if there's enough different here that I need to bother changing out mine. I think if I had the original that was not cartoon accurate, I would. But because I have the anime accurate one, I don't know if I have to. But I think this is going to be splendid. I really do. I'm really impressed with this. This is probably the Ember Stone. Maybe it's the Enigma of Combination. Hard to say. This might be the Ember Stone. This might be the Enigma of... no, I'd say this is a T-Cog. I'd say this is a T-Cog that goes with Amalgamus. And I'd say this is the Ember Stone that goes with Quintus. That's what I would say that is. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm going to guess. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. So we're going to get back out of this and go up. I'm not going to worry about this trailer for the Energon Universe Goes to War. A little bit more came out of ACG Hong Kong. I don't even know. Who is this? Oh, Unix Square. These are the Unix Square offerings. Optimus, Starscream, Grimlock. I mean, it's a very stylized Grimlock, as they all are. But I mean, it looks good. Like, this Starscream looks good, but you got to be cool with it being pretty darn stylized. If you're cool with stylized bots, then this might be up your alley. This is junk. I'm sorry. I wanted to like this, but I can't. I'm fine with the color and stuff, but like this as it is, I've heard is $60 US, and it's hollow junk, and it's just one piece. It can't do anything. I wouldn't spend $6 on this, let alone 60. I don't know who greenlighted this, but whoever it was should probably be fired, because if you're spending $60 on this, dude, you deserve to lose your money, because you should have better sense than to spend $60 on this. I'm just saying. I don't like it. A little bit more here about the alt mode and stuff. So again, better images of Big Convoy. I compared this painstakingly to mine. The blue on the head is a little bit darker. The side of the legs folds around, it looks like, to the back instead of having the missiles there. The part behind where the tusks and the ears and the side of the head are, instead of being on ball pegs like mine, it seems like these are on a bar that's behind there. And that probably does work better, to be honest with you. But shockingly, the articulation of the original, and I believe the articulation of this one, should be splendid. You wouldn't think with all that kibble that it would be, but you'd be shocked. Actually, I stand corrected. He does have those leg missiles. They probably are not spring-loaded. I stand corrected. He does have them. They're probably not spring-loaded, but he does have them. I stand corrected. Maybe he is worth the update. And this is what Razor Bear was talking about in the beginning. The wings being up on the back. And they show the transformation here. Now, as long as the bend in the gray tail wing goes with the bend in the big wing, so that you can get the wings out of the way for like full arm rotation and stuff, I'm okay with this. I don't at all hate this. And I think it's a very clean back. Yeah, it's a bit of a backpack, but it's clean. And it's as accurate as I think you could kind of hope for, especially for something mainline. I've always detested in both the classics and the Earthrise having the things on the legs. So I'm really glad that we don't have the things on the legs. I don't need to see 100,000 pictures of that. See if I can show. Maybe I can. Maybe here. Nah, it's just the guys picking it. Where is it? Here, maybe you see part of the transformation. One of these pictures, you would see the what looks like the tail section coming off and going tabbed on here on the back. I'm not exactly sure how the transformation scheme works. I haven't studied it that closely, but man, I like this. I'm not going to lie. I do. I like this, and I like it from underneath too. That's pretty darn clean, man. I'm smitten with it. Maybe you're not, but I am. And then eHobby doing a couple of garage kits. Again, you get these, you paint these. There's a Megatron. There is Stranglehold, which is a weird one, but sure, okay, Stranglehold. And Sideswipe, though I think that's a hard-looking Sideswipe. I'm not blown away. I'm not blown away by this Sideswipe. And I'm going to just check in with you guys. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this. Apparently, the other Age of the Primes listing has been found for the second Commander class offering, because we know Onslaught is going to be one. The second one is going to apparently be Armada Jetfire, who I got to believe is going to be able to connect to Commander class Legacy Evolution, Armada Optimus Prime. If it doesn't, then that's a travesty. It really should. It really has to. It's just a listing. There's no images or anything yet. So let me go back to here. I'm going to go down. And I'm just going to check in with you guys real quick. I'm going to not belabor everything here. Let's see. I'm going to pick it up here with Francis. I plan to swap out the main seekers. Might keep the ER cone heads for variety, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep the cone heads. That Titan Grimlock lacking any dino head is a bit odd. There's only so many Titans left to do anyway. Most are just repaints of the G1 Bayformers or Animated Omega. I guess an Animated Omega, like, I don't feel like there's anything left. But yeah, maybe an Animated Omega. Dino head movement, I meant to say, yeah, I get what you're saying. I think that that's weird too, if that's true. The smoke from the Canadian wildfires is kicking your butt. Wow. I can believe it, though, because there's been a lot of them this year, man. A lot of them. By the way, hey, hi, Dragonfly. Hey, Waspinator. That AoE Grimlock will be a Titan, and that and the others will be leaders. I don't know if that's true, though. No, all 4 are going to be Titans. That was confirmed. He has the Mystical Lemon. The Mystical Lemon. I guess it's the Emberstone, but I get why you're saying Mystical Lemon. Quintus needs to be looked at for Beast Wars Botanica. Yeah, or Beast Machines Botanica. I agree 100%. Picture showing the transformation of the Seeker prototype too. Yes, I know. I haven't studied them that close, like I just said. Let's see. Windcharger seems to have good head movement from some of the prototype picks. I agree, he does. You wouldn't figure it with a big box head, but apparently he does. Oh, that's his magnetic field effect. Thank you, Albert. Yes. That makes perfect sense. Cockpit opens. Yeah, you're right. Evan opened the cockpit. I'm going for Sea Spray. I would love G2 Sea Spray and Beachcomber, but that will happen. Never say never, Felon. I mean, we're getting G2 Dinobots, so never say never. Wish's mask was a bit more gray, though, just for the color breakup. Like the Sure Shot colors, I agree. Imagine if there were a way to have Imagine if there was a way to have an add-on to convert Blastoff and Brawl to Combiner Wars limbs. I don't know if they fit. That would be the thing. I don't know if they'd fit, right? Blastoff is a space shuttle, not a freaking jet. To be fair, Combiner Wars did release him as a space shuttle. Like my Combiner Wars Bruticus has space shuttle Blastoff on him. It was an Amazon exclusive, but it was released. And the Takara Unite Warriors had the space shuttle as well. Yeah, it's TCOG. That's what I thought. I assume Windcharger will come in different molds. The being unrivaled version has the blast effects. Why would he come in different molds? I'm not sure I'm following you there, buddy. Oh, not molds. Oh, just versions. I don't know. Maybe he might. I think it looks like something out of Rescue Heroes or Imagine Next. I don't know what that is, but okay. Corporate Guy definitely green lit that Scorponok. You're right. Corporate Guy saw it and said it don't need to move. As long as it's bright colors, everybody's gonna love it. Who doesn't like a scorpion? Later, Felon. Take care, buddy. A rare skirt? A rare skirt? I don't know what else to call it, really. Talking about the G2 Dinobots, I do dig a lot of the new coloring for Slag and Snarl. That's fair. Hey, Joe. You did catch me live. All right, let's keep going on here so we can get through this last bit of news and get out of here. Age of the Primes Onyx out in the UK. I mentioned that earlier. Scavenger in-hand images. But I think the like real and like this looks like Scavenger. All of his junk on his back. I think this is going to be very similar to the Combiner Wars one again. And you can see the whole Devastator here, and I think that looks really good. It's a great-looking Devastator. I know I've said I'm not in for it, but for those who are, I think you should be very, very happy. I've looked so far at 4 of the bots. Mixmaster, I still got to take a look at, and of course Scavenger, and I haven't combined them as Devastator yet to know if it's actually good. But I know that this looks good if you like animation accuracy. If you're thinking a sea of green and purple, that's what the animation was. Hard to be mad at it for being right. And of course, because this is the Devastation Optimus. Like this looks like a nice little setup here with Optimus and Devastator, I gotta say. And like, look at the articulation on Devastator. Like, that's great pose for him to get. Very impressed with the 86 Devastator. More than I can't say more than I thought I was going to be. It's just I couldn't justify going in on another Devastator when I was happy with the one I had. That's all. But I think it's splendid. Some in-hand images of my Cronus. I very much like that this is my Cronus, and that behind him is basically like his exosuit, and he can go on that. When I first thought that the whole thing was my Cronus, I thought it was weird. But having the little green lad here being my Cronus, I'm very happy with that. And you can see here how big he is compared to, like, you know, Solus and Alchemist. He's still kind of small, right? But so he should be, because he's mini bots and mini cons, right? He's that prime. Can't wait to get him. I think he looks splendid too. Alpha Trion in-hand images. Again, looks very A3. You can see here he's a Voyager, a little bit smaller than Vector Prime and Prima for that matter. Very clean. Yeah, he has a bit of a backpack, but that works like his cape thing. The Quill and the Covenant, of course, as you would expect. And the Covenant has 4 pages. We'll come down here. I mean, good articulation. Yes, he holds the Quill. Weird little ship mode. I mean, I'm probably going to give the Quill and the Covenant to the Heroes Born Alpha Trion. But this is a great, like, A3, for example. So we're going to get into that and go up here. The Sandstorm and Slug Slinger 2-pack. I mean, this is the one I wanted to see. If you wanted the side-by-side comparison here of the two, not much different. The cage, the new one has a black bottom instead of a gray bottom. When you look at the actual bots going right up to the pelvis is the light orange with dark orange on the sides instead of the full-on dark orange. On the actual chest, we missed the light orange effects. The arms look to be exactly the same. Obviously, one has a face mask. Not much different here on the side or from the top. Black highlights up right here that we don't have on the individual release. They're very, very similar, except for that head sculpt, right? Very, very similar. Here we have both versions of Slug Slinger. The darker one is like from the North American Transformer series. The lighter color one there is very much toy accurate to the original. One might argue that it's also pretty good as accurate to his lighter coloration in the Headmasters cartoon. I have the original lighter color one, but if somebody came to me and said, hey, I'll trade you the lighter color one for the darker color one, I'd go for it. I would go for it just for the animation accuracy. They both look great, though. It's a tremendous mold. It's a ton of fun. The Brawn and Sea Spray showed up in Canada, in Alberta. I haven't seen them here, but Alberta's like across the country from me. That said, I do have Sea Spray on pre-order, and it says that he's supposed to be here the 23rd of August. So we'll see. We'll see if that holds true. As well, Star Convoy and the Perceptor Pack out at EB Games in Canada. I haven't seen either of those in my neck of the woods. So I don't know where, but it's probably multiple EB Games locations. And lastly here, there was a fear that the Lio Convoy, that's the 40th anniversary celebration one. I thought about you, Master Fire, when I saw this was going to be canceled. I was heartbroken for you. And then, because I know how much you were looking forward to this. But then, found out, no, it was a glitch in Yahoo's like inventory or something. So all of the pre-orders and stuff should be safe. He is still coming. I'm not going into all of this. This is like a comparison of Leader Class Grimlock to Titan Grimlock. You can see how big the new Grimlock is going to be if you know how big the Leader Class Grimlock is. And the Leader Class Grimlock is a big, beefy boy. So no doubt this Titan is going to be big. It's just not my Grimlock. We had a number of new leaks and listings. A multi-pack, it looks like Hot Wheels collab Windmill 2, probably just a recolor of Windmill. All of the 40th anniversary stuff is apparently going to be Target exclusive. So in Canada, I guess it'll be EB Games exclusive. And that includes a deluxe Insecticon 3-pack. I would guess it's all of the legacy Insecticons in a 3-pack. That would be my guess. I could be wrong about that. I would like to think it's the deluxe Insecticons of Chop Shop, Ransack, and Barrage. All put in one pack, but time will tell. Voyager Starscream. A Starscream? I assume it's going to use the new mold. I don't like that Thundercracker's coming out and that Starscream's going to be an exclusive. I think that's bad business. I do not like that. And a deluxe Prowl. I'm very intrigued about that deluxe Prowl. Again, it's anniversary. I would think it's going to be a reissue of the Earthrise Prowl. I would assume. Do I know that for sure? Absolutely not. And then finally, a Studio Series Leader TF1 Optimus, and I don't understand what it says down bottom. A redo of 07 Bay Prime and a 27 Leader. I don't know what 27 Leader is, but okay. So a lot of cool stuff up and coming there. I don't like that some of it is going to be exclusive, especially a Starscream. Should not be exclusive. And we have, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the, M Deluxe Ages 3 and up exclusive version of Last Light Rodimus. Again, probably about 7 inches, 6 to 7 inches. If you like this coloration for Rodimus, if you're an IDW guy, this is probably up your alley. It's not for me, but I can understand if it's for you. Does not transform, but it will have impeccable detail and paint. Cyberworld Episode 3 is out. It's 10 minutes of fun nonsense. As well, I'm not going to go into this. Wild King Wave 4 coming out. It's the same body type in different colors with a couple of little extra accessories on the shoulders. We all know that. This is a comparison of, I will show this. This is just a comparison of the Titan Grimlock with the Leader Class Grimlock from Age of Extinction, or well, from Studio Series. Which, again, this Grimlock was big and got reissued in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. But the Titan is bigger again. I don't know if it's big enough to call it the Titan, but it's definitely bigger. And that, my friends, is it for the news. Let's just check in with you guys. We're going to, actually, I'll do the trivia. Let's do the trivia, and I'll check in with you guys, and then we'll do the unboxing. Get out of here. The trivia tonight. By the way, I said that we're not going to do a countdown for Monday, and we did not have a countdown question, but there will be a countdown on Monday. Because I'm not actually going to be around to share it around like on social media and stuff. If you guys want to share around the countdown on Monday and Tuesday's review, if you want to share those around for old GotBot, I'd be ever so grateful when the time comes. Okay, here is tonight's trivia question, and then I'll check in with this, and like I said, we'll do the unboxing and then get out of here. The impervious alloy that was used to protect against the hate plague in G1 Transformers is impervious to what exactly? Is it impervious to A, electromagnetic fields? Is it impervious to B, heat and radiation? Is it impervious to C, electromagnetism and energon pulses? Or D, both B and C? So is it electromagnetic fields? Is it heat and radiation? Is it electromagnetic fields and energon pulses, or is it B and C, which would be heat, radiation, electromagnetic pulses, and electromagnetism and energon pulses? A, B, C, or D? What does the impervious alloy actually block against? I need a new prowl, probably Earthrise prowl with more animation accurate colors. I would think the same thing. Make that Alpha Trion shattered glass. You could do that too. You could use that Alpha Trion also as a shattered glass Alpha Trion for sure. I hate exclusives. I agree with you. Rodimus Stoll, Slipstreams Deco. I've liked Cyberworld so far. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot more lighthearted than something I thought it was going to be, but it's okay for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes here and there on a Saturday. I'm hoping that the new Prowl is at least more accessible than the Amazon exclusive. Yes. And I do find that as stuff has been re-released, it's been a little easier to find. Like I saw a bunch of the Legacy United Cosmos, but of course, with the Velocitron one, I only ever saw 2, right? So the answers we have D, B, D, D, B. The answer is B, heat and radiation, which is weird because the alloy got melted down and Optimus got covered in it to protect them. I don't know how you melt down something that's heat resistant, but whatever. That's G1 logic for you. The question was, what does the impervious alloy protect against? And the answer is heat and radiation. Okay. Too bad Prowl will be Target exclusive. Maybe it's better than Amazon exclusive. I don't know. Okay, let's do the unboxing and get out of here. So the unboxing tonight first, and I just thought this was cute and fun. You may remember that a little while ago we did a look back at the Energon Igniter's Bumblebee, and then we done the Barricade. It only seems fitting that we take a look at the Optimus Prime. No, I have not recorded a review for this or anything. I'm sure it's a dinky little Optimus, but if I got the other two, I might as well review this lad as well, right? But tonight is actually a pretty heavy Optimus-esque type of night because we have not one, but 2 KOs of the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Tomorrow's review will be, boom, the Nemesis Prime. And we'll see how this compares to the official. We'll also see if I have any QC issues or anything. And the fun thing is that where we looked at the transformation from robot to truck with the actual 86 Optimus Prime, this guy will give us an opportunity to look at the transformation going back from truck to robot. How good is this compared to the actual 86? Now, we know there's 2 KOs. This is the AS Toys one, which is pretty much an exact replica. The other one is the one with the rubber tires and a couple of remolded bits and whatnot. It's far more expensive. This whole thing was 27 Canadian. It was cheaper than a deluxe. Is it better than a deluxe? We'll find out tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, ba-boom, we're going to take a look at the shattered glass coloration compared to the actual shattered glass Optimus Prime. I already have a trailer that works with this guy, working on a trailer for Nemesis yet, but I got a trailer that works with this guy, and we'll see him with his trailer, nose to nose with the 86 Optimus and his trailer. That will be Tuesday. So tomorrow, the Nemesis Prime KO. Tuesday, this guy, don't worry, I won't be going over the transformation with this guy because we'll already have it documented in both modes. We'll see if this one stacks up, if it's better, if it's worse, if it had QC issues, or what. So, a very Optimus-heavy unboxing this week with Nemesis Prime and Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And I already can't wait for next week's show to show you what I have for that unboxing. Until then, my friends, I'm going to get out of here. We didn't drop or nothing. Yay! I appreciate each and every one of you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way inside the videos. Have a tremendous weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.